we took her, and she helped us with the. Remember?
Okay, you just said we just took her.
Oh yeah.
Remember we
Oh,
just
that come right on the air. Let me verify.
That's the first thing that people heard is. Remember when we took her? We're not on the Access.
I gotta verify that.
We are not on the Access Hollywood bus, okay? That type of language will not not on this program.
What am I thinking? Okay. Yeah, I gotta verify what we took when we took.
You mean when she willingly went along on a road trip with us?
Yes. Oh, I fell in love with her and helped with the ring and ring post and remember even the youth pastor asked us before. No, I asked Tracy Brooks like a goofball could she please kind of cover up if she didn't mind, and she's real professional. She said, "Oh, I don't mind at all." I said, "I understand." And
it's a church show. Yeah.
Remember we got there, and then she dressed appropriate, and then the youth pastor wanted her to undress appropriate.
Sex it up a little bit.
Because he said
for this church show on a Sunday at 3 p.m.
I'll never forget that. He said, "Man, that don't even look like Tracy Brooks. She's got to dress up. I mean, undress a little bit." So anyway, I give up. But that's a good story. Shoot, I gave it to the people free. Boy, that's the worst story of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Know Work, You Wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is, George. How's the weekend?
I am so happy right now. It may be because there's nobody here yet to train. But I know that will change here in a little bit. So I get to enjoy y'all by myself. Bullet, thank you. What a great week, Bullet. I cannot believe that you're not tired of me yet. Actually came over to the Headlock Ranch, and we bonded a little bit. All that mattered to me, I didn't care about none of the wrestling stuff, but it was like Kerry winning the world belt, coming in Fritz's office to see if Fritz is going to be put it over or not. And when you saw the actual bat signal and kind of gave me that, Bullet, okay, I was okay. Okay, I'm done. Okay, Bullet.
Yes, else? I liked your toys. Okay, I know we pretty much you've equated our entire friendship, relationship to 8-year-old boys comparing which Ninja Turtles they had. But that's basically where we stand.
I'm not on Mama Bullet's door and say, "Can Bullet come out and play for a while?" And you was able to come out because you did your homework, so you was able to come over for a little bit. We just, like you said, I love that, Bullet. We compared Ninja toys.
Yeah.
Didn't have no food to eat, no drinks. Didn't even have hardly a place to sit down unless it was a WWF chair. But we bonded for a little bit. The
only TV probably in there was hooked up to a Nintendo. It didn't just have the rabbit ears. There's no TV. There's a TV there just for Nintendo. Back in those days when all the TVs weren't connected to cable. So
that's very true, Bullet. Very true. Just one socket in my little old place, just one wall socket. That's all we had. But anyway, folks, what we're referring here to, and we're having so much fun doing it. I know y'all are a little jealous. Is of course the actual podcast, not to be confused with this mini podcast that we do here. It is completely different. We spent a little bit over an hour. We did real good and just had a lot of fun. Bullet, of course, we did this last week. Of course, that'll be up pretty soon.
I'm going to put it out on Halloween. Stranger in a Southern Land. I put it up every Monday, so I'm going to put that up October the 31st. So be watching out for that. So it's basically this for almost 90 minutes.
Yes, very true.
So if this just uses an infomercial for that.
And with, because I can't wait to see the screenshot when you introduce it, because remember you did one of you and the owner of the Speedway and some of the guests. And I think the way we had you positioned that the actual bat signal will be real close to you.
Yeah, it's right on my shoulder. Yeah, I think I put my arm on it.
So. Oh, I love that, Bullet. And we, of course, I'm very, very excited about it. Anyway, so a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. Thank everybody for this past week. Believe it or not, we did get, I know, hurricane, and our prayers are out for everybody that's still, a lot of people still without power in that area. And of course, right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Raceway Ministry, believe it or not, we were able to get the event in. Mainly because there really wasn't nobody around but a bunch of goofy wrestlers, but because we'd already set the ring up, and I ain't canceling, I'm too lazy to take the ring down unless we use it. So, and we actually, of course, everybody there, the few that was there, and even the raceway people couldn't believe we did it, but it was no lightning. I ain't that dumb yet, okay? Unless it's really a big house, and then we may do it in the lightning.
And besides, if I'm not mistaken, the tent next to it is higher up, so it's gonna hit the tent before it's gonna hit the ring. So
that's very
if
good.
I know anything about Boy Scouts, it's that.
I love that.
There's something a little bit taller. You guys were just low enough to the ground in that nice in-between part that you would have been okay.
So someone else, very good point. The campers with the tower, the big, huge Richard Petty flagpole on that camper would have been hit before we would have been hit. So that's good thinking, Bullet. So we had a great time. They fed us that morning. Of course, they fed us, that afternoon. The biggest plus for me was you should see how clean this canvas was. Now, I mean, because I just left it out in the rain and a hurricane for 3 days, and now it's brand new canvas.
And you put it out in the sun. That's the beautiful thing about canvas is you leave it out in the sun will evaporate all of
unbelievable.
Like, because it's going to get so hot.
Yep.
It's going to take away all of the bacteria and everything. And you leave it out in the sun.
That's right.
For long periods of time, the sun will just fry it.
We joke a lot about that, a lot about stuff here, but that is so serious. And I'm going to add that when it was wet, I come and laid it over the trailer and just let it sit there for 2 days just to dry out. And look at now, it's clean as can be. It's just amazing how that worked. But anyway, so a lot of good stuff going on, boy. Of course, we left there and we rushed up, soaking wet up to the great NAWA show for Jason and them up there in Lenore. And it was kind of neat that he used there was like 13 of our kids here from the school and from High Spots Training School that he used on that show, which was very, very, I thought very impressive. Of course, a couple of them got there after all the work was done, so I had to have a little education, talk with them, because that ain't how it works, Jack. So anyway, so we survived it. He had a great little house. Of course, this week, Bullet, I want to, and I know this has nothing to do with our fans, but I will be doing training. I got to remind myself, tell the kids, because you and our Stanley and Caleb will be traveling this week. You got a unbelievable world tour.
Yes, so, I didn't really call it a tour because I'm not really.
I kind of like that word.
That's
not Bobcat words.
I called it nature hike. I had a little bit of fun with it, so because I'm not of the point of somebody that's touring, but I do want to let people know that I'm doing this. In case there is somebody in these areas that wants to come see me, if nothing else, it just makes everybody around here jealous. So at the end of the day, I'm not really. I'm at that level right now that it's not about getting people to buy tickets.
Right.
It's more about letting people know how wonderful and great I am.
Exactly.
So it's a weird thing right now, which I think is mostly social media in its entirety. It's not about like getting people to actually show up to the show and spend money and put money in other people's pockets or produce a product or get anybody to show up to the show as far as promotion goes. Yeah. No, it's just supposed to make everybody feel jealous and show everybody how awesome and fantastic I am. So that's all it is.
So we're not quite creative loafing front cover yet.
No.
Remember? Now, we're working towards that. Okay?
I don't mean, dear God, like hope I never get there. I'm just saying, no, dear God, I may never reach that level ever at any point in anything I ever do. So.
Man, I told you that creative loafing. If they don't do, I mean, they support the comedians here in the Charlotte area. I mean, they really do. I know, of course, you're right, George. They get paid to put an ad in there. But what I'm saying is, there's a place you could pay. I'm very impressed with Creative Loafing about just the plugs and stuff. And I know Comedy Zone's what I'm getting at is probably paying for it, but still, there's a big.
And of course, you are on the cover at one point in time, so you're a little bit biased.
Oh yeah. I got a little pull. Bullet. Okay. But I just very very excited about that. You and I want to add, of course. You may not do it, you being so humble and everything, but you did this on your own, Bullet. Seriously, I mean, you did not have an agent telling you where to go. It was kind of neat the way all this come to be. Is you just a lot of hard work. Is you just looked around and pieced things together, put the puzzle together, and lined all this stuff up.
And also said that I'll work for cheap.
Yes.
I work for nothing.
Everything,
you know what I'm saying? When you just say, hey, a box of popcorn and a Coke, apparently that perks people's ears up.
Bullet, you are my twin because listen, and I believe in what you just said because listen, I remember when I very first started trying to get my name out in wrestling, there was no internet, there was nothing. Bullet, and promoters would always tell you, of course, back then, now they wouldn't even tell you and they just don't pay you. But back then they'd tell you up front on the phone or whatever that, I'd love to use you, but I can't pay you nothing. And that never, a very early-ish, Jake Manning-ish, is I said, I'll pay you because I knew, just get me on that show, Bullet, no matter where it was at, just get me on. That's why at 18 years old, I was wrestling 5 days a week. It was costing me every little penny I made at the little warehouse to go, but I knew, Bullet, if I can just get in there and show a little bit of what I didn't know, but I would be coming back.
Yeah, and that's really what I'm trying to do with, like, especially the wrestling I'm doing on Saturday at AIW. It's something I wanted to do for quite some time, and I just wanted to be in there, and I just feel confident that if I just do everything that I'm good at, and hide all the things I'm bad at.
Yeah, that's right.
And just do everything that I'm good at. And if it's a situation I come back, great, fantastic. And the same thing with the comedy thing. I'm just going to do all my best jokes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do all of them, do my best, and hopefully I get to come back. Hopefully I get to meet new people. Hopefully new people find me funny, and then hopefully it all circles back around. But it's all, the thing too is like, as somebody that's been doing this for 12, 13 years now, I could sit around and say, well, if it's not really profitable for me to do, well, I could do that, but then I would be sitting at home. I'd be sitting at home. At least I'm taking a shot, taking a chance, and hopefully it'll pay off in the long run.
The ace in the hole that I want you to hold on to, your grenade, in case things get rough, and it always works. And for the wrestling show and the comedian tour is when you do the reverse hammerlock as you're reading the book. Okay? That, listen to me, boy, I'm telling you right now, that you could do that in a room full of monks and they would pop. I'm just telling you that right now, boy. That is your ace in the hole. So I wouldn't use it early. I'd save it. Okay, don't go out there and do your hakaplana first 5 minutes into the match. Okay, save it. But when things are not getting, you can do that here or there. Okay, I mean at the comedy or wrestling, just pull out that book and start doing that reverse hammerlock thing that I saw you do that time as y'all were reading the book. Okay, and then I think first time I saw you do it was West Virginia when we went up there for the Miracle on the Mountain thing. I think so. I saw. But anyway, your return date's booked, guaranteed with that spot.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying. So anyway, a lot going on, Bullet. I know we got a lot going on. I got to get out of here. Of course, my students told me to come early. Of course, looks like I am early, but they're not. But anyway, if you don't mind, Bullet, Idiot of the Week.
Absolutely.
Okay? And Bullet, you know, what amazes me, and Bullet, and I know you'll be able to add a little bit on this, is it's just amazing. And here's what I'm getting. Let me just back up here a little bit. This Idiot of the Week, Bullet, is one that I have commented on several times to where, of course, on Facebook, everybody says, George, just get off Facebook and you wouldn't have as many idiots. But this is what happened. I love taking pictures of our school, and our students love doing it. We've had some that have never been able to take a group picture, after training. That's what I'm getting at, Bullet, okay? And so I love to take a big group shot, which is, and I've had a lot of legend friends comment on how big the school looks. Of course, like what you said earlier, a lot of it is just for no other reason but to brag. But anyway, so, of course, I posted one
It's not about to get any more people here.
Oh, no.
We got more than enough.
Oh, yes, exactly.
We've already met our quota.
So, I just posted it last week. Of course, a lot of our students that are just starting love to be part of it so they can send it out to their families, and it's kind of a neat way the way it works. So anyway, so I posted it, tell everybody how proud I am. Well, this individual, of course, and this guy, Bullet, was so much of an idiot. Of course, he don't even have like his real name. It's like Perego something. I mean, it's like you tell it's like maybe his working name. But anyway, I've never met the guy. But he's not even one of my friends. Facebook's working us all now to where anybody can comment on anything now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. So anyway, so the guy everybody's saying thank you for the picture, great looking class, several, and then all of a sudden here comes this idiot, and he just says, "Oh, what you should teach is how to use religion as a gimmick all these years." Bullet, let me tell you something, buddy. Here's my point. Why do they always attack something that I've been pretty decent at, my relationship with the Lord? Attack other areas of my life. The sorry dad and the sorry husband and the sorry friend. You've got all of the, you know what I'm saying? You've got all these areas to attack, and you may have a little foundation, but they always go after that, and I just, of course...
The one thing you're good at.
The one thing, just pat me on the back. You got all this other stuff to pull from, okay? Just ask my kids, okay, Bullet? And the divorce lawyers riding around in a new boat with called the South.
Yeah, like you could come up with a comment like, "Yeah, why don't you tell him I'd be a good dad because you're awful at that."
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, exactly.
There's a good one.
Yeah, y'all don't have a class on how to have a relationship with a woman because you never did good at that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty good, boy.
That's a good one.
But anyway, so
there's so many other
we're
targets.
giving this idiot all this great material that he could actually be funny at, Bullet, instead of the one that is really sincere to my heart. Of course, I just... blocked him after I just wrote him back, said, what are you doing? I mean, come on, shut up. Nobody even cares. I have never said anything about religion. What I have is a relationship, as you know. Jesus is my friend, and I'm not perfect. You know that, Bullet. I'm the biggest screw up in the world. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But it just amazes me that out of everything, had nothing to do with my student or my class, send that in a private message. But anyway, so that individual, we gave him enough credit. He will go into idiot bag just for his choice of
insults.
Of insults. When you got all this good material that I have been giving people for 54 years, Bullet, to use. Okay?
Exactly. He could have said, "Why don't you teach him how you run your own promotion and make yourself the champion?" You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Or how to lose every single match of all time.
See?
That's another good
Bullet,
one.
I mean,
I got 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 8 of them just rolling off my
listen,
head.
you idiot, put some thought into it. If you're going to put me down, put some thought into it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Bullet? So, anyway, but what you won't be able to put down once you begin reading it is
the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com. If you want to know more about what me and George are doing this weekend, even though we are apart, but I'll be out on the road, I'll probably be texting him, especially late at night to keep me awake. But if you want to know what I'm doing, especially late at night, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning and on Instagram at ManScoutMan. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show. Very good show. We gave him a lot of material, okay?
We did.
Bullet, but at least use something that's even people want to even care about.
Oh, listen.
Just contact my kids.
Yeah.
They'll give you a whole 30-minute stand-up routine. Okay.